All right, everybody, thank you for joining me this morning. The time is 11:08 a.m. Central, and we have very tight rotation forming here near Codgedale and Waresboro, that whole area down there in Georgia. This is a radar-indicated tornado warning, but these past few scans have been showing this velocity couplet to be very, very intense. We take it back just one scan, and we see that it was doing winds up to 100 miles per hour near the surface. So this thing could drop a tornado at any second if it hasn't already. So you need to take shelter if you are included in this warning. This is going to be for Ware, Atkinson's, and Clinch counties in Georgia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull chat up here. But yeah, this is a very dangerous situation here if you are included in this. Last night we had a couple of big tornadoes that unfortunately I was not able to go live for just because it was super late at night. It was like 2 a.m. But this one looks like it could have the potential to turn into one of those. So we're going to watch it incredibly closely here as it crosses over the Hinson Crossing area. We have this tornado warning, obviously, but we also have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, all of them for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in portions of southern Georgia and northern Florida here, okay? So by far the most concerning storm we have at the minute is this one here that could drop a tornado very, very soon. We need to get some more winds that are going towards the radar. We have very strong winds going away from the radar, but winds going towards the radar are kind of weak. But if we get some more winds going towards the radar, this could quickly... Oh, and there it is. There's the observed tag. Okay, so radar confirmed tornado. This is a tornado on the ground now. Yep, we do have that CC drop, so there is debris lofted into the atmosphere here by this tornado. This is a tornado on the ground again, and this has the potential to be a strong tornado, so you need to seek shelter if you are included in this warning, all right? Waycross is the biggest city in this, and it's going to be a while until this tornado reaches that area, but be mindful of this storm. You need to be watching it at all times as it approaches your area there if you are in Waycross. Again, this is a pretty strong looking tornado just in terms of the correlation coefficient and the velocities, and you can kind of even see the debris ball, I think, on the reflectivity a little bit. But yeah, this is a very intense storm here. You see it's got that little hook shape here. It's kind of poking out a little bit. And this is a tornado on the ground. Once again, we're no longer just at a tornado warning. This is a tornado on the ground that we are looking at here. Yeah, very intense velocities here. Again, this has the potential to be a strong tornado. We're going to need to pull the correlation coefficient back up here because that's going to be our best way to look at this tornado, I think, because we're going to be able to clearly see this debris ball. Again, that little area in there is where your tornado is located as of 1 minute ago. Now it's probably about out here. This is a pretty quick moving tornado here, I do believe. Yeah, northeast at 30 miles an hour. So it's actually about an average pace. But still, this is, again, a confirmed tornado on the ground. If you're just now tuning in, this is a large tornado down in southern Georgia heading for the Waycross area. So if you're included in this tornado warning, seek shelter immediately, lowest floor possible, away from windows. This is a big tornado on the ground, it seems. So again, there's your winds going away from the radar, there's your winds going towards, and right in the middle of those are your tornado. So we got a correlation coefficient update. We still got that debris ball at the minute. It's not too big, but there's definitely still debris in the atmosphere here just to the east of the Hinson Crossing area. I am actually going to retitle the stream here. I'm going to update the title. We are going to change it live. Actually, no, I think it's fine. Alright, but yeah. Again, tornado on the ground here. Let's go back to the velocities. Still relatively intense here. This is definitely still on the ground, at least as of the most recent radar update. So, yeah, again, this is not looking good here. So you've got to seek shelter. And this is a pretty populated area here in southern Georgia as well. We had as I said, the Southeast Alabama tornado last night. It started off very similar looking to this. It started off as kind of just a weak, severe thunderstorm, and then quickly turned into a large tornado near the Ozark area. And hopefully this one does not do that, but it definitely could. It's already relatively strong here. Again, there is your debris lofted into the atmosphere. They're in between Hinson Crossing and Cruz Crossing. So this is a relatively large tornado. Again, if you're just now tuning in, tornado on the ground down in southern Georgia here. Possibly a strong tornado on the ground is lifting debris into the atmosphere just to the south and the west of Waycross, Georgia. All right, you are looking at a live damaging tornado on the ground. Should get a new radar update here literally any minute. There's the correlation coefficient update. So again, there's your debris in the atmosphere now. It's a pretty small debris ball in general, but it has the potential to grow. And it's still there, so you got to seek shelter. These are pieces of homes and, trees, maybe even some power lines that have been sucked into this tornado and into the atmosphere. And this radar here recognizes that this is not natural. So it's a correlation coefficient drop is what they call it, because there is debris there. So, yeah, maybe a slight weakening. This tornado may have lifted, but even if it has, there's still debris in the atmosphere, so you need to stay in shelter. Treat it like there's still a tornado on the ground. I mean, there still could be, and even if there's not, it could easily recycle up, and either way, there's still debris, so you have to seek shelter here. No other tornado warnings at the minute. Today the peak times of intensity is going to be from like now to 3 or 4 p.m. That's going to be the greatest potential for seeing tornadoes at least. So again, now centered right in between Cruz Crossing and Hinson Crossing in Georgia is this possibly still tornado on the ground. Need this radar update here. Luckily, it is updating pretty frequently since we have a tornado. Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation here. Let's wait for these velocities to update. Yeah, they shrunk the tornado warning. It's still observed. So this still might be on the ground, but it no longer includes the, well, actually it does include the Hinson Crossing area, but Hinson Crossing, this thing's pretty much past you, you're good. New velocity update actually intensified it a little bit more again, so this still could be on the ground here. It is definitely weaker, but, yeah, we still have a little bit of debris in the atmosphere there near the Cruz Crossing area. So, Cruz Crossing, you've got to take shelter now. I cannot emphasize that enough. There's a tornado on the ground in your area. Luckily, this does not seem like an actual town here. It's just a little landmark, probably. Yeah, this is this itty-bitty spot that we're in is a pretty rural area, but if it manages to travel into Waycross, that would be bad. I don't think it will last that long, but it very well could. But there's not that much stuff out here. You got your churches, your cemeteries, kind of just your typical rural areas. We got a correlation coefficient update. I believe this is still debris in the atmosphere here over Cruz Crossing. I think this tornado is actually still on the ground because the correlation coefficient has gotten a little bit bigger of a drop now. So I think it's picking up even heavier debris than it was a minute ago. Yeah, this is definitely still on the ground. This is again, it's on the smaller side of tornadoes, but it's still a tornado. Again, Wind's going towards the radar, wind's going away from the radar. This is doing a direct impact on the cruise crossing area. But like I said, there's pretty much nothing out here. So that's good. Pine Valley, now is probably a good time to seek shelter, because this thing is only a couple minutes away from you. And it's like, you don't lose anything by taking shelter, but if you don't take shelter, you could lose a whole lot. So, this area is a little bit bigger, it seems. We got a church and a cemetery in it. So, hopefully neither of those locations get hit, because this tornado could do a direct impact to the Pine Valley area. It might. Trying to see if there's anything else out here. Waresboro, pretty populated area. Well, not pretty populated, but comparatively to all these other places, it's a little bit bigger. Again, cemetery, church. So hopefully this does not make a direct impact on that town. It has been on the ground for quite a while now. Should get a new radar update soon. There it is on the correlation coefficient. Still a small CC drop over here, over Cruise Crossing. So again, this is a relatively weak tornado at the minute, but it was pretty strong for a little bit, and it could easily re-strengthen here. But yeah, I mean, you can see it was pretty strong there for a little bit. And it might still be on the ground, and even if it's not, there's still debris, so seek shelter. Again, this is a very dangerous situation here. Yeah, we saw two strong tornadoes like this last night, or one strong tornado last night, one relatively weak one. This one's kind of right in between the two. It's not as strong as the strong one, but it's not as weak as the other one. But if we get 3 more tornadoes between now and 2 p.m., this will be considered an outbreak. I don't think that's going to happen, though, just because it's almost 1:30, because actually the time would be 1:30, but... Yeah, you can see it's an incredibly definitive hook here on the reflectivity. This is like a picture-perfect tornado. And if this is still on the ground, it is definitely rain-wrapped. So do not go outside and try to look for this thing. It will be hidden in a bunch of rain. You'll likely not be able to see it. And it doesn't matter. You shouldn't go outside and try to look for it anyway. So again, the main area we are concerned about at the minute is the Pine Valley region. If you're in Pine Valley, please take shelter. Cruise Crossing, you're probably good now. Yeah, we've still got debris in the atmosphere. And again, I think it's still on the ground, because I think it's picking up heavier debris again. It's like new debris. It's not debris that was already falling. So this is likely still on the ground here. And again, it's a relatively weak tornado, but it doesn't matter. This tornado warning will likely get a new one soon, because this one will expire in 8 minutes. Trying to see if there's anything else noteworthy out here. Nothing nearly as significant as this tornado here. So, we'll keep our eyes laser focused on this here. Stay glued in. Again, a small debris ball in the atmosphere as it heads for Pine Valley. It already made a direct impact on Cruise Crossing, but luckily there's not much out there. It's basically just like it went through a rural area. There'd be basically no difference. So let's see this radar update. Rotation's likely located about in here now. New correlation coefficient update. This thing has probably lifted. If there is still debris, it is a very minimal amount, but stay in shelter. There is still debris, and this thing could easily drop back down. But hopefully, yeah, this is definitely a sign that it's lifted, I think. Okay, so that's good. We likely no longer have a tornado on the ground here, so this is big update here. No longer a tornado on the ground in southeast Georgia, but stay in shelter if you are included in that warning, because that rotation could very easily recycle and reproduce a tornado. Yeah, we'll have to see what the National Weather Service says about this one, because it was definitely strong for a little bit. Mainly right before I actually started streaming. It was whenever I saw this scan that I was like, okay, I've got to get live now. Because, yeah, we were at 96 miles an hour estimated by radar. Again, that's not going to be accurate exactly, but, I mean, there were times this thing could have been doing winds close to 100 miles an hour. Yeah, not as strong as our one last night in southeast Alabama, but still pretty significant. But it likely has lifted now. And there's really not that much else going on other than some damaging wind gusts. But even then, that's starting to become a little bit of a lower threat. Okay. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna hop off stream here because there's not much going on, and it sounds like I've got to go anyway. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. This has definitely been a significant one. We had a tornado on the ground for pretty much the entire stream there. I'll watch this over the next little while, but I think it's pretty much done. But stay in shelter just to be safe. Pine Valley especially, you gotta be in shelter. But yeah, thank you all for tuning into this live stream. I had a lot of fun tonight, or this morning. My brain is all fuzzy. I stayed up way too late last night. So thank you all for watching.